As a warning on today's episode, my cat wants food, so he might be meowing the whole time. Tony, do you want food?
No.
So you will not be meowing?
No.
All right, let's get to the episode.
You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. Roll the music.
No, we're already live. We're not live. We're already recording. You want to start over or just keep going? We'll just keep going. We'll keep going. Okay, so Tony. We've been gone for a little bit.
Yes, we have.
Do you want to tell the people the sad news of why we've been gone?
Yeah, we lost our family dog, Captain. He was 9 years old. I actually got a tattoo of his name.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, I know today we're going to be talking about the USA match.
Yep.
As they got knocked out of the World Cup. And we're going to be talking about the McGregor fight as well as the Paddy fight. But before we do that, do you want to talk at all about kind of what it was like losing Captain and kind of your emotional connection to him, especially as someone with autism? I mean,
Yeah.
you and Captain were pretty much joined at the hip, which is pretty normal for dogs. They kind of latch. Do you want to explain why you decided to get a tattoo in commemoration of Captain?
Yeah, he's just a great guy. He always slept with me. I was by his side when he died. I didn't even go to the gym that week. There's all the emotion.
It was a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
It was very hard on you.
Mm-hmm.
So we took a little break, but now we are back. And now we've just got Boise going around terrorizing everyone in the world.
Yes, and we still have Lakin.
Yeah. Okay, so continuing from there, Tony, what do you want to talk about first?
Soccer.
Okay, what's your question for me?
What happened on Monday? What happened? What was the game plan, you think?
So I did a little bit of research on this. I don't even know where to begin. So I think the first thing to point out is that there's a lot of people. So I posted a Facebook reel or Instagram reel, Facebook post, whatever it's called, about the game, in which I kind of gave my input, which I'm going to give right here. But a lot of people were just rude and just were like, the USA sucks. They were never going to beat Belgium. First of all, that's just categorically not true. The United States team is very good. They're not Argentina, they're not France, but they're a top 20 side. And if Egypt can almost beat Argentina, I think the USA can beat Belgium. Who I'm going to be honest with you, they won 4-0. We're not that good.
Hey, we scored a goal.
We did. It was a little bit lucky, but we scored a goal. But the thing is, Tony, is Belgium was not that good. One goal happened off a fluke goalkeeping error by Matt Freese. I think Adam Cleary said this well from ACFC. In 100 times, that's only going to happen one time. That's a 1 in 100 mistake, and it happened in the World Cup.
Yeah.
That sucked. Matt Freese is a good goalkeeper. He actually had a pretty good game leading up to that moment. So, honestly...
The first goal?
Oh, no, the third goal.
Oh,
the third goal. Continuing from there, let's talk about the first two goals. I placed the blame for this game mostly on Tim Ream's shoulder. I'm a big Tim Ream fan. Tim Ream played in the Premier League for a lot of years. He played for Fulham. He was a great player. He plays for our local team, Charlotte FC. He's a 38-year-old man playing for the USA team. He should be the leader. He should be setting the tone. He should be setting the tone from a composure perspective, and he did not. Instead, he got beat on 2 headers by Charles de Ketelaere. And just by hearing the name Charles de Ketelaere, you got to know, this man should not be beating you for headers. Romelu Lukaku, their starting striker, was on the bench. He's tall, he's strong, he's fast, he's mean, he's powerful. If Tim Ream got beat by that guy, that's fine. Charles de Ketelaere? No, you don't get beat by him twice on headers. And on that first goal, the USA should have cleared the ball. They just played sloppy. They had no composure. They had no attacking patterns of play. And Belgium was smart. That's the other thing. Belgium set up tactically to prevent Anthony Robinson from pushing up. So everything came through Dest. So nothing came through Dest. And Pulisic, whether it's because he was partially injured, was useless. And Balogun didn't do much either. I mean, I think at around the end of the, I'm just going to call them quarters because the hydration breaks are basically creating quarters. Poch had him dropping into play to receive the ball, and that's how we drew the foul. That's how we got the free kick. That's how we got the goal. Right? So what happened? The team had no composure. They had no attacking patterns of play, and the attackers just didn't do anything.
Did you notice that before? When
The
did
whole
you know
game.
the whole game? What the start? Did you feel like we were going to lose?
So there was no moment in the game. Where I said, I think the USA is looking good. It's only a matter of time till we score. We're passing the ball well. We're playing with confidence. We're playing with flair. That never happened in the game. But all the way up to 3-1, even after that goalkeeper mistake, I still thought it was game on. All it took was the right substitution and the right leader to grab a couple guys by the shirt and say, hey, this is the World Cup. This Belgium team is not that good. Joris Tielemans is 90 years old. Their back line's not fantastic. Thibaut Courtois is a great keeper, but he can be beat. All it took was somebody to step up, stand up and be counted, and actually settle this team down and lead. And nobody led. And I think I don't know. Pulisic is a great player. Pulisic did nothing. And it may be because he's playing injured. That's totally fine. But dude, we need you healthy. And then I guess we have to talk about the Balogun red card situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Did you get hammered on that too?
Oh, totally. Let's talk about the facts here. First things first. The Balogun red card in the first place. 50-50, I'd say. Some people are swearing to the high heavens it was definitely a red card. Some people are not. I think it's a freak accident. I think there was no intent there, no malicious intent. I think it's a yellow. A very, very, very soft red card. But it's a red card. What are you going to do? It's called a red card. What shouldn't happen is the president of the United States, nor any other country, nobody should be calling the president of FIFA and asking for that red card to be suspended. I don't agree with that decision. I think it looks cheap. And I would have loved to see Pochettino not play him, but you got to win. You got to play your best players. So I don't blame Pochettino for playing him. And Balogun, I don't blame at all. Balogun has to do what he has to do. I don't think the president should have called the president of FIFA. So this is not a political conversation. This is a sports conversation. And the amount of people who are mad at the president of the United States for doing what he did and who are masking that as just saying the USA sucks and Belgium's better, or taking it out on the United States population as if we made the phone call about Balogun. That's stupid. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
So Balogun played. And you know what? It didn't help us. Not at all. And we played really good in this World Cup, and we left with a mighty whimper and a really poor performance. And I wasn't really angry about it. I was sad. I think I've just gotten angrier the more people on Facebook have just like ripped into me for having tactical opinions about a soccer match instead of political opinions about a soccer match. This is Tony's Upset Sports Podcast, fueled by autism and brotherhood. This is not The Daily with Michael Navarro. I'm not going, This is not Fox News Today. This is not The Five. I'm not Greg Gutfeld. This is not a political podcast. Tony, are you a political commentator?
No.
Are you a sports commentator?
I am.
Right? Like we don't talk politics on here. This is something for anyone on the political spectrum that they can enjoy. And what I would like to say, I'd like to live in a country where people on the far left, the far right, the middle, whatever, they can all watch a good USA soccer game. And you know what? We didn't see that. We watched USA play terrible. And I think every single player on that team is to blame. They weren't all atrocious, but nobody stood up and had a decent game. I think in 4 years we'll have a better team. I think a lot of the guys will be like about 30. They'll be in their prime. I'm excited to see how Freeman develops. I think he was really good in this World Cup. I have a deep, deep, deep respect for Tim Ream. I've always loved Tim Ream, but I'm not upset to see him not be on the team.
I have one more question. So I was talking to some of our servers who work at the restaurant and the soccer fans. I want to get your... How old do you think you have to be? How old? Do you have to be to consider old in soccer? I mean, like...
To be old in soccer. That's a great question. Some players get older, but their skill sets don't matter on their age. So Messi...
Like going into next year.
I got you.
That's fine.
Like Ronaldo's 41 and he's playing in this World Cup. He's a freak of nature athlete. But Ronaldo is also the reason why Portugal's no longer in the World Cup. He was not good in this World Cup. Ronaldo is a player that you have to build the entire team around, and he's 41 and he plays in Saudi Arabia. He's not a good player anymore. He's not. Messi is about the same age, but Messi doesn't rely on speed and power. It's all up in his head. Messi walks around for like half the game. He doesn't do much. And then there are 10-second spurts where he uses his brain and he uses his tactical ability and his technical skills, and that's how he scores goals. He could do that for another 5 years. So players can play up to 40. For the most part, if you're over 32, you're past your peak. So 32 is like 40 for quarterbacks. You can still technically play, but you're not what you used to be.
They said 25, but I was like, oh.
No. You can 29's probably your best. But some players are 21 and they're phenomenal. Some players at 27 actually come into their own and then they're great. So it can vary. I also want to point out, just for what it's worth, in a lot of soccer leagues, so Premier League, Spain, Bundesliga, all these, right? If there's a red card, it can be appealed. And you can say, hey, can you have a panel of judges look at this red card and tell me whether or not you think it's a red card? And if they don't, they will actually remove the red card. What happened with Folarin Balogun that got people mad is FIFA postponed it. So when you get a red card in a match, it's either a 1 or a 3 match ban. They said you can serve that ban 1 year from now instead, which is really stupid. If a player gets evicted and he gets a 4-game ban in the NFL, they don't say, you know what, the team could really need this guy. He can serve this ban in 3 years. They don't do that. Now, this has happened, though, before. 2 things worth pointing out. Number 1, Balogun got a red card for almost the exact same foul that Messi made and didn't get a red card. It doesn't necessarily matter, but that's interesting because I don't think the officiating is entirely it's not black and white, right? The second thing is Ronaldo in a qualifier match, the last qualifier before the World Cup, got a 3-match ban red card for serious misconduct, and they did the same thing. They pushed it back a year so that he could play in the group stages of the World Cup this year. So FIFA has done this before, but I think at the end of the day, the problem is, FIFA's a corrupt company. Gianni is a corrupt man. He's the only person I know in the political sphere or the soccer sphere who has the name Gianni. And it's a shame, because he's kind of a dunce. Tony, I got really heated. Do you agree with what I said?
Yeah, I do.
You have anything to add?
No, wow. Well, I did not know about this Ronaldo.
I didn't even know I was this angry.
Yeah, well.
You know what, though? I had a really good time. I watched it with some friends. I think the funniest thing I've read online, 2 things I'll share with the audience. Number 1 is how offsides works. Have you heard this? Offsides in soccer is anytime something fun and exciting happens, that's offsides.
Yeah. I've seen that in the World Cup.
And then number 2 is someone said, 4-1 is great for Belgium, but I want to see any person on that Belgian team line up against Derrick Henry in the A-gap. None of them are stopping Derrick Henry. So when they play American football, them boys are going to learn something. Tony, anything else you want to add from a soccer perspective? Have you seen any of the games in the World Cup you want to talk about before we move on to UFC?
Nope, I'm good.
Do you have anyone that you're pulling for now in the World Cup?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Argentina.
Argentina, I think, is a good call. I think France is phenomenal. They're playing at time of recording in 40 minutes. I would say that for me, it's England. I want to see England win. I want to see Harry Kane win a World Cup. I want the world to acknowledge that Harry Kane is the best striker in English history. And yeah, that's about it. I want him to win a Ballon d'Or. And I want to be able to say that a Tottenham Hotspur player won the Ballon d'Or. That's where I'm at. So I want to see England win the World Cup.
Yeah.
That being said, Tony, let's talk UFC.
Yep.
There are 2 fights we want to talk about today with the UFC 329, which, if you're listening to this on a Friday, is tomorrow.
Yep.
So let's preview the 2 main fights. And if there's anything you want to talk about
Yes,
here,
there's 2 things I want to talk about. So these are the 2 undercards. One, his name is Gabriel Stevenson. He was a All-American wrestler at Minnesota, Olympian, and all this stuff. He's one of the biggest favorites ever, I believe, on the UFC. He was supposed to be on the main card, but they switched him down to the prelims. I don't know why.
Minus 3,000?
Yeah, he's almost, yeah. Or if you look at his other fights, he's like a minus 8,000 in one of them.
Is he that good?
Yeah, he's supposed to be the net. He trains with John Jones, who, you know, John Jones is one of the best fighters ever, all times.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say Khabib, just he was under, but
There's
another UFC combo. We'll get sooner, later.
So you think he's going to win this fight against Elisha Ellison?
Yes, absolutely. Also, Robert Whittaker's former champ, all of a sudden, is moving up against Nikita Krylov. I'm picking Whittaker to win it. Whittaker's a minus 130. He's been close to minus 2 sometimes I've seen, so yeah, I'm still picking Whittaker. That was the prelims, but yeah, we can go into the two big fights.
You good? It's like
Yeah.
they're hiccuping.
I know, I just saw it.
Okay, you're good. Are any of these ones you need to talk about? That's not the Batista. I'm looking at the words Mario Batista. That's not the guy from, what's it called, right? Guardians of the Galaxy?
No,
Was
it's Dave Batista.
they're not, are they related?
No, I don't believe so.
I-
You're really gonna look this up?
I'm going to look it up.
Yes, but
Related to... Was Dave Batista
yeah, he was a player.
not related? Was he UFC Dave Batista or was he WWE?
WWE.
I was going to say, so he's not a real fighter. But those guys get injured enough, so
Yeah.
they're real fighters in my book. All right, well, that's just me being an idiot. Tony, BenoitSaint-Denis versus Paddy Pimblett. Paddy, the Paddy. Who
Yeah,
you got?
I'm picking Paddy here.
Okay,
I know.
he's not favorited.
No, but he's a good underdog. I've seen everybody else picking him. You know, Benoit, good fighter. I know Paddy's coming off a loss to Gaethje, but Gaethje's now the lightweight champion. That's not a bad loss. Benoit started off good, but now he's on a 4-fight winning streak. But if you looked at his last 4 fights, they're really nobodies. I think Paddy can, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty,
Mm-hmm.
I think Paddy can pull this off. Much more.
Let's see, who did he
Dan
fight?
Hooker, not a good fighter anymore. But Dan Hooker's old, but Neil Darnush is old. He did beat Marcio Luffy. That's a good win. I'll give him that. Conor Blackett, who we saw when that was the guy who got kneed in the balls by Trudova, who he met.
Oh,
Yes.
yes!
He actually has a fight coming up too.
He beat Matt.
You really want to talk about that?
No, but he did.
Yeah.
I just know that
That was
name.
like by Dustin Poirier. You don't know about Dustin Poirier?
I know Dustin Poirier. I mean, he
Oh.
lost to Dustin Poirier. Anyways, so the God of War, BenoitSaint-Denis, meh. We're taking Paddy the Baddie,
Big and
And we're
Matty.
drinking-
Even if Benoit wins this,
and we're drinking
I'm
Jameson.
still picking Pat. I still feel like MMA is such a weird game, but
Okay,
even though if Benoit does somehow is better,
good fight though.
yeah.
Okay, Max Holloway
Holloway.
versus Conor McGregor. Look, McGregor's been on a hiatus for a minute.
5 years, yeah.
5-year hiatus. I think he's coming back just to sell whiskey to people. But
Well, he says he has another fight. He has one more fight on his contract with next year.
okay, so talk to me about this fight.
Yeah, McGregor's coming off a 5-year hiatus. He was supposed to fight Michael Chandler like 4 years ago, but there was reports that he got injured or he just didn't want to fight Chandler. This is going to be a good fight, but I think Matt has this. McGregor's going to make it the first 2 rounds. It's very tough, but Matt has been here. He's more experienced and has gone 5 rounds of what was the best. So he'll break down McGregor, and I say he gets a 4th round finish.
Do you think McGregor's issue is going to be endurance here because he hasn't fought in a
Absolutely.
while? Is this going to be a striking match or a takedown match?
I actually watched their old fight. McGregor actually took down Matt. And if you look at Matt's last fight, he lost. Oliveira took him down multiple times. If it does go to the ground, McGregor because I can wrestle, but he hasn't fought in 5 years, so.
He's fought some big dudes.
Who?
He fought Poirier twice?
3 times.
My goodness.
Wait, who? Who are you talking about? McGregor? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tony, anything else you want to add about this fight card?
I'm excited.
You decided to
Yeah,
watch it at
it's a good-
Caleb's?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got anything else for the audience?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Thank you for listening to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. Goodbye, y'all. Good job.
Thanks.